Welcome to the Life of KG, your ultimate destination for all things motivation and business insights. Join me, Katie Godfrey, serial entrepreneur and the brains behind the KG brand. Along the way, we'll welcome inspiring guests and share invaluable business tips to fuel your growth journey. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a review. With that said, let's dive into the world of success together. Hey everyone, welcome back to A Life of KG. Really excited for my guest today. We have Chloe Mack on the show. Hi.
Thank you for having me.
So excited that you're here.
Oh, thank you. I love that I am here.
I know. I always see, obviously we've had matches and stuff together.
We have.
Now, like in each other's worlds. But before that, I was seeing you online and all the things you do. And I was just like, such a vibe.
Thank you. We
Such
try
a
and
vibe.
keep it positive always.
Definitely. Please give us an intro of obviously who you are and what you do.
Do you know what? What I do is honestly the most asked question on my Instagram. I cannot even tell you. Everyone's like, Chloe, what do you actually even do? So I am basically a one-stop shop for developing products. So I am the person people come to develop products, help with packaging and put everything together. Now, that just takes a lot of stress out of the whole process for everyone else because everyone thinks, oh, bringing a product out is really easy. There is so many headaches that come with bringing a product out. I cannot actually tell you. I've been in this industry for nearly 10 years now. So I have probably done every mistake that could physically be possible. So yeah, it's just really in a nutshell, I am the one-stop shop that helps you do from start to finish. So the client comes up with the concept and we kind of work on that together. And then I will source the correct suppliers, and I've got hundreds of suppliers now that I've built over the years. I've been to China, I've been to Korea, I've been to all the shows in Italy, everywhere to get the biggest range of suppliers that I possibly can so that when anyone comes to me for a product, I have that exact supplier that I need. So yeah, I'm basically the one-stop shop. I help with shipping, I help with legals, I help with everything to get your product shelf ready basically.
I love that. You're like the secret weapon behind the scenes because I've had my own product range for maybe 14, 15 years.
Yeah.
It's an absolute minefield,
It really
like you
is.
said. But then also it's a very secretive industry. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, I've got this contact, let me give it to you. It's like no one's sharing their manufacturers.
Do you know what? I am the biggest secret in every brand. So like the majority of brands that I work for are, especially the big ones, are all under NDA. So people will be like, when the first question anyone asks me is when we go on like a discovery call, so what brands have you done? And I'm like, I can't tell you that because I'm not allowed to tell you that. But what I can tell you is that you've probably got one in your drawer and you've definitely seen it in a store. Yeah. So it's like those little sneaky things that you can tell to people. But obviously everyone wants me to, I am their best kept secret. Every client that I've ever worked for, I'm the biggest secret.
And for you, that must be really difficult because you must be like, imagine if they could just say, I developed that product, I helped you. Like, it's hard, you can't get the reviews and stuff.
Do you know what? When I first started doing this sort of like on a freelance basis, that was like the worst thing for me, that I couldn't talk about what I was doing because it was almost like, how do you get more clients when you can't say what you've worked on? But I think it's just explaining to people that there is a niche out there. Like, it's quite a niche role what I do. I've probably met one other person that does product development to the scale that I do in terms of like working for brands. But I just felt like there was a huge gap in the market for someone who does this job for someone, because there's millions of brands that don't want to develop all year round. If they don't want to develop all year round, they don't want to pay someone a salary consistently to develop things that they might want to bring out one product, or they might want to bring a line out and then they might not want to do anything for 6 months and you've got an in-house product developer. I was actually on a flight to Dubai when I thought of the idea and I thought there's got to be brands out there. My best ideas come from the sky, by the way. I feel like that is like, yeah, I'm sat there on my laptop doing some work thinking of all these different ideas and all my best ideas come from the sky. But yeah, I think it's such a niche that it's just explaining to people what you do and that you can take all of the stress out of it. Because once someone tries to do it themselves, there will be so many issues that they have. Because for starters, a lot of suppliers if you don't really know where you're getting something from, a lot of suppliers will give you a sample, you'll sign it off, and then it might not necessarily be the same formulation for the bulk. Whereas I know all of the suppliers that I work with are really trusted. I've never had any issues in terms of like the formulation. If there ever has been problems, they're very quick to rectify it because the suppliers that I work with are so trusted. And that's the main issue when you're developing overseas, because most of these people that are developing, if they're trying to do it themselves, they've never been to visit that factory and they've got no intention of ever going to visit that factory. So yeah, it's just a case of taking the stress out of it for everyone, basically. I mean, I said in a nutshell, that wasn't really in a nutshell, was it? It was about 12 minutes.
No, I absolutely love that, because it's true. I remember when we first went into product and we started with really small things. Our first product was our lash glue.
Yeah.
And it was still like our best selling product.
Yeah.
Then we went into lash extensions. So we've done each product at a time. And the lash extension order had to be around 25 grand, which for me as a baby business back then, I was like, this is a lot. The whole order was faulty.
And do you know what? That is not the first time I've heard that's like, that happens all the time. Yeah. And for someone that is like, that can literally cripple someone's business.
Yeah.
That can be like, you
It's
have to know what
awful.
you're doing with it. You have to. It's just like, there's so many things that can go wrong. I've had people come to me before who have developed a product and it's got seized at customs because the legals weren't correct on it. And then they've come to me panicking, being like, I need you to help me. And I can't do anything about that at that point. So it's from starting from scratch. Yeah. Whereas if you know someone that knows all of the things, someone's like, they'll pay triple the odds on air freight because they don't know what shipping supplier to use. They don't get them legally tested. So it's actually not compliant to be selling online. Like that is, my legal team is literally I want to say she's the best part of the business because she is, honestly, I would trust her with my life. And I know that everything that I develop is compliant for where it needs to be sold. Like I'm doing a product at the minute and it's actually a really difficult product and it's something that's never been done before. And when it got to, so I did an interim test before I wanted to put the bulk in, and it actually failed the testing because there was one thing that was lower than what it needed to be. And the client was really disappointed and I needed another ingredient to like boost it up basically. And the client was really disappointed. And then when I went for a meeting with them, I was like, look, I would never bring something out that wasn't 100% right because you're going to face this problem at the end. Yeah. And once I'd explained the whole thing to her, she was like, do you know what? You're so right. Like, I'm so glad that I've got you, because otherwise if she'd have done that on her own, she'd have ordered that.
Yeah.
She'd have ordered it bulk and she wouldn't have done that interim test. And I wanted to make sure that everything was exactly where it needed to be.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
Wish I had you all them years ago. Like,
you got me now.
Loads easier. Join my 2027 retreats. Oh my gosh, if you haven't been on one of my retreats, you need to come and join one. And in 2027, we have Dubai in April and we have Bali in October. Dubai, think business strategy and mindset, and in Bali, think healing and mindset. They're both going to be very different and equally incredible. So if you want more information, let me know. The link is below. But also, I know it feels ages away, but the spaces go ridiculously fast and we're putting long payment plans in place. So make sure you grab your space today. What made you get into this industry? Where did you learn everything from?
Do you know what? I actually used to work for P. Louise. I kind of fell into this industry in the grand scheme of things because I actually went on as like a bit of a marketing person within the business. I was actually obsessed with her when I worked for the hair extension company I worked from before, and I got her in for extensions and we became friends. She probably would be like, what the hell? Because I used to like talk to her at the gym and try and make her be my friend because I just loved her. Like, she's such an amazing businesswoman.
She's incredible.
Just incredible, like the way she puts everything together. So eventually I kind of like forced her to give me a job, to be honest. And we got friends and I ended up being her PA and she needed some assistance on the development side of stuff. And to be honest, she actually taught me everything I know. I did so many mistakes in terms of like things not being right, shipments not arriving on time, all of that sort of stuff. But she was such a fun person to work for because she's got no budget and she's so creative. So like, she wants something to happen, she makes it happen. She's buying the big numbers so we can go for these amazing products that are like super creative, and stuff like that is just unbelievable. So to be honest, I actually owe her everything because she did teach me everything I know.
I love that.
So yeah, now that I've gone freelance, I'm kind of doing the same sort of thing, but for businesses that are like small to medium or medium to large, dependent on what the product is.
Because if you've got a bigger budget, like she does, can you do lots more with like the creative side of it and the packaging? Because I know what it's like when we've ordered, it's like it's obviously minimum quantity orders. People don't look at that side of it.
There's so many different things that you can do. Like people see packaging. Paige in particular, she does a lot of sort of like her whole brand concept is to make everyone feel like they're on PR. That's what she wants. She wants the packaging to feel like she's on PR. So with everything, the majority of things, she creates a mold, which is something that will cost a lot of money for a certain packaging, say, but that you'll never find that anywhere else because it's her packaging. So things like that, when you've got a bigger budget, obviously you can explore a bit more with the packaging. A lot of people that have got a smaller budget have to take something that we call like a stock item, which should be something that is off the shelf. Obviously you can change the color, you can change different things, but the more you change about the package, the more the higher the quantity is. Because if it becomes non-basic, then you've got to be able to do that. So yeah, the budget obviously does really help, but it's just so fun when you're working for someone that's like, no, I want it like that. I actually don't care if the mold's 20 grand. I want to pay for that and I want it to be amazing because I want that experience. And that's like, there's not many clients that do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's some that are literally like, I don't care what it costs, I want it. But the majority of people want to try and pull back on the packaging, whereas that's something she never did. She never pulls back on packaging. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the advent calendars. She does.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
everything is
unbelievable.
Just such a vibe,
yeah, it's just incredible. But yeah, she's a vibe.
Do you think like packaging is one of the main things that people should focus on or not? Because I do think lots of people focus on that.
I think it's a bit of a mix, to be honest. So for me, the packaging is what sells the product the first time. So if your packaging is amazing, people want to try it because they want to see it on the bathroom shelf, they want to see it in the makeup bag, they want to experience that. If the formulation doesn't perform, they're not going to rebuy it. So yes, the packaging is important because it's got to sit with the brand. It's got to be something that people are excited to use and all that sort of stuff. But if the formulation isn't performing, they'll buy it once and then it's a flop. So that's fine if you only want to, if it's a one-shot product, but the majority of people are bringing something out that they want people to repurchase and they want people to buy it.
Yeah, you have to have the results.
Have to have both.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
I know that the formulation suppliers that we have are just 10-10.
Yeah. So what would you say are like the mistakes that you see? Because I am forever getting messages of, Kay, I want to open this product range, or I want to launch this or that. And I'm like, but there's so much more to it. So what are the mistakes that you see before people have actually even got the product in front of them?
Everyone rushes at everything. Like, I want to do this product. They don't think about if it's something that's already readily available, or if it's something that's like missing from the market. Who is their clientele? Why are they wanting to bring this out? People don't think about those things. Or if people have thought about those things, it's something that they are really passionate about, then that's when they should go for doing the product. But a lot of people are just like, this person's doing this and they're doing really, really well, so I now want to do this product. And I'm like, but it's already available on the market. You need to have the clientele ready to be able to go. So it's got to be something that you truly believe in, not someone that you've seen on Instagram believes in. It has to be. And that's one thing that I always say, like, is there a reason you want to bring this product out? Like on every discovery call, I always say, so what do your clients ask from you? What do you really want to bring out? Why do you want to bring this out? Because those are the main things that you need to think about. Like, obviously there's millions of products that are similar, but like, what is going to be your USP? What is going to make someone buy this product from you that's not going to buy a competitor?
Yeah, which when you really dig deep, if you're not sure about that, that's so hard.
So hard.
Like, what is different to this product than this product?
But I can also guide people on that as well and be like, right, so I do a lot of work with the suppliers that I work with, especially in Korea, a lot on skincare at the moment. We do a lot of work on like newer ingredients, like all of this stuff, peptides, PDRN, all of the stuff that people are now utilizing. We've been talking about this for the last 12 months. Like this isn't a new ingredient. It's just new because it's started in Korea and it's now everywhere. But there's like, we always talk to all our suppliers about, right, what can we do to add into this that's going to be the next best thing? Whereas people don't have access to that sort of stuff. So it's like, it's just working with the right people for the right things, I think, to make sure that you get in a product that you're not going to rush just because you think you should bring something out.
What would you say is the biggest mistakes you see when someone does bring a product to market? They've got it, it's there, they're ready to sell it.
Again, to be honest, a lot of people, I've got some brands that really set up for the launch. So the product arrives, they send out the PR packages, they do the launch really, really well. A lot of people rush everything. So they're like, I've got the product, I want to sell it now. They've done no like launch plan. They've got no strategy for how they want to promote it. They've not sent it out to people to get it out there. Like there's so many ways you can get products where people are seeing it everywhere before it's launched. And you need a strategy behind that. You need a launch plan to do that. And everyone gets so excited about what's actually going to come at the end that they rush it. And if everyone just slowed down a little bit, they would 100% get more out of it than what they would if they rushed it. Nothing good comes from rushing it. People get so frustrated at me when the bulk's ordered and then we get in making sure all the legals, everything's compliant. We're making sure that they want the shipping now, instead of like forward planning. Like what I do with my big clients now, we plan for like 12 months in advance, so that I want to make sure that all the clients are getting stuff on boats, because sending things on air freight is not beneficial to anyone. It's not beneficial to me. It's not beneficial to the client. The client's paying more than what they would be if they send it on a boat shipment. So if we're forward planning and we know that this product has to be here by then, it needs to be ordered by then, and you work backwards, so there's no rushing, and everyone gets the stock on a boat, and they're saving themselves 50% on what they would do on shipping if they air freighted it. But that comes with just slowing down.
I've helped many clients with product, bringing it to market, and the launch is like the biggest thing that, like you said, they do rush it.
Yeah, everyone rushes it. I don't know what the big rush is.
Yeah.
Like, I actually don't understand. Like, people say in their head, I want to launch this for that date. And it's like, okay, so you want to launch it for that date, we need to work backwards, which then means you've got to be hitting deadlines for different things.
100%.
So the client has to sign off a sample by this date in order to get that. Then you've got to make sure the packaging design is signed off by this date. And usually, if you actually do it like that, it's the client that's not done it. The client hasn't signed it off by then, or they want to change something, or they're doing this, or like I have clients all the time that change the goalpost when we're like halfway through sampling. And I'm like, no. You wanted this deadline. If you want the deadline, you can't change the packaging now.
Yeah. Would you agree that it comes down to what audience you've got as well? Because you could have the best product, but then, and you've got this idea and it's amazing, but you've got no one to sell it to.
Yeah.
There's no audience, there's no marketing, there's no social media platform. Like, is an audience still everything in this or not?
I do think it does have, it plays a part for sure. Like the biggest clients, like I've got clients that have made 6 figures in 6 weeks, and they do have an audience. So it's like, yes, in a word, you do have to have some sort of audience, because otherwise who are you selling it to?
Yeah.
But you also can work with amazing people to get an audience, to build the strategy, to be able to, like, there's so much work that goes in behind the scenes in order to get the product to launch. So it's like, yeah, an audience is important, I would say, because you've got to have someone to sell it to, of course.
Yeah, we see that as a really big problem where, they'll, especially if it's a much smaller client, much smaller client, they've thought of a really good product, and then we're like, right, okay, well, you're going to start off with this launch strategy, but then if they haven't even got the correct audience for that.
Yeah, it's like a completely different product. So you're starting from scratch, really, which obviously is difficult. Not completely impossible, though, because there's some people that I've seen that have done a product and then they put it on TikTok Shop and it goes viral.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah,
but I think a lot of the time that is also consistency. Like, you have to be consistent with content. Like, you have to be producing content, showing people why they need that product, explaining to people what are the key ingredients, what are the benefits, why do I need this in my makeup bag, why do I need this in my skincare routine. Like, you have to be educating people. Social media is huge, isn't it now? Like, it's just actually wild. You can turn your business into a multi-million-pound business through TikTok Shop.
It's actually crazy. Do you know much about TikTok Shop?
Well, here, obviously, it's harder because we don't have TikTok Shop here.
Oh, do we not?
No.
I didn't know that.
No, Dubai don't have TikTok Shop. I mean, they say it's coming, but my UK clients absolutely fly on TikTok Shop.
Oh my God, if you have a team, you need to listen up. I have just launched the 8-week accredited management course. Now, this is for you if you have a team or if you're thinking of a team. We need to start getting your business running like clockwork and getting your team to work the best that they can for you. This is also great for you to actually put your managers on this course so they are managing the show as they should. Now, this is a self-led online course with a different module every single week over 8 weeks. And it also comes with a workbook for you to fill out. You would make sure that you fill out that workbook, send it back, and then that's when you'll get your certification. Everything is covered in this course, from team targets to leading your team, to changing your mindset, to having difficult conversations, to actually getting them, bringing income into the business like they should. Now, if you feel that this is for you, then make sure you click the link below, because trust me, it is literally going to change the game for you and your business. You wouldn't have a product now that's not on TikTok Shop, right? Or would you? I don't know.
I do have some clients that don't put it on TikTok Shop. And I think it's because TikTok Shop's more about like quantity, as in like you want to sell more of the item, whereas some of the clients that I work with is more of a higher end brand. So they don't want to sell more quantity. They want like the price point is higher and the clientele is like a higher price point clientele. Whereas TikTok Shop is a bit more, the price can be lower, but you sell in volume.
Yeah, we was always B2B, so we never done TikTok Shop.
Yeah,
like
TikTok's incredible for what it can do. Like,
it's crazy.
I feel
but then
like
I've watched some people lately and they're like smashing it on TikTok. They're doing absolutely amazing. But then they will say about the cuts that TikTok are doing or the glitches and stuff that has happened.
I know there's a lot.
Their whole business.
Yeah, I do think there was a lot of problems. I know that like returns and stuff is a nightmare. I saw that on Paige's Instagram actually, that she was having loads of problems with the TikTok Shop returns, and it was, I think she turned it off at one point so that it wasn't on TikTok Shop, and then they rectified it and it went back on. But yeah, like Paige did 2 million on a 12-hour live on TikTok Shop. And Made by Mitchell did like 1 million on TikTok Shop. Like, it's just crazy.
Wow. But that is going to come down to consistency, isn't
100%.
it? Like, yeah.
But they're consistent on every platform, both of them. Like, and they're creating new products that are like, and they're educating people. Both platforms are educating people on how to use a product. Like, a lot of them have like multi-uses. You can use it on the lip. You can use it for blush. You can like, you're educating the clientele as to how, that's why they sell.
And also, this is their sole thing, right?
Yeah.
We know what it's like. We meet entrepreneurs every single day and they're spreading themselves too thin. They've got multiple businesses. They're like, oh, I'll just do this as a side thing. But these people that are doing like really well, like they're all in on their product range.
They are all in. Paige is a 7-day-a-week worker. She's all into that business and has built it, but it shows. Yeah. Because she's so successful.
What you put in, you get out, right?
Yeah. And that's with everything, isn't it? Obviously, doing things as a bit of a side. If you've got a really busy clinic, for example, and you've got clients that are going to buy a certain product after you for aftercare or whatever, and you want to do some sort of product to sell to the clientele that you've already got, then yeah, fine. But if you want to build a brand that is going to go viral and you're going to be making millions over a year, obviously you have to put effort into that.
Yeah, definitely.
Time and effort needs to go in for sure.
Yeah.
Just like anything.
Yeah. If someone is like listening and they're like, I really want my own product range, what would your top tips be for them?
Message me. No, the top tips would be really think about what the product is and why it is beneficial to others. Like, who is going to buy that? Who is the clientele? And I always tell people to like dig deep, do the research. Like, how do you want the brand to look? Create a Pinterest board, get the visual for it, put the work in behind it as to how you want it and where it's going to sit in the market and what price point you want it to be at, how you want it to look, what you want the product to actually do. You need to answer all of those questions before you can even think about doing a product, because you need to know yourself. This is what I want to do and this is why.
Yeah. There's so many people as well that's like, oh, but I'd love to be in Harrods or I'd like to be in Boots. Like, how do they get that entry to market? Is it the contacts they have? Like, is there a certain thing they need to do?
Stores actually do see what's going on with socials at the moment. As in, like, a lot of stores see like buyers are obviously looking on like TikTok and also Instagram and how a brand's like what events they're doing, how the brand is. Like, a lot of my clients get like, they pitch for the brands because they want the brands in store or they want it on website or because It's how they've built themselves on Instagram. So a lot of people see them and think we want it online. Look fantastic, do that all the time.
So it really is with products, the power of socials, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. 100% the power of socials. It's like with anything, isn't it?
And PR, I guess, like, would you get them in the hands of press, like getting them to do articles and stuff on them?
Yeah, and also sending out to people that has an audience that will want to buy that product, like sending it out to influencers. A lot of influencers don't just do, like, it used to be a lot easier back in the day because a lot of influencers would just do stuff for free just to get the product, and it was like that's how you'd start working with them. Whereas now the game's a lot harder. But if you set aside a budget to work with influencers that are going to sell that product, that's amazing. I've worked with so many influencers over the years that have generated millions of pounds worth of sales for brands.
Because is there the love-hate between influencers, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we're in a country of influencers right now, but like
I think it's picking the right influencers for your brand. Like I have influencers that I love. Like I've done like with one of the brands I used to work for, actually, we did like a collab with one of the influencers and it sold out in 12 hours. Like
wow.
She is the market where people love what she does. So when she's promoted it, obviously people are then like, oh, it's going to be good if she's promoted it, and they've bought into it and they love it. And now they're a repeat client of that brand. And the collab only lasted for like, I think it was like a 6 months collab or something. And it's lasted for a period of time. And then they're already in them because those clients have bought that product and they like it.
Yeah.
And it works. It does work if you use the right influencers. You can't just use someone you like. You've got to use someone that is going to be beneficial to that brand.
And I guess as well, like the integrity with the influencers, I think people are so used to now of, oh, she's just promoting that product because she's got paid for it.
Yeah, I do get that. But then I also think like if you're using the right influencer, they have power. Like, of course they do. The right influencer for your brand has power every time.
Yeah.
And it's getting it into, and there's so many people now that use it in such an organic way. It doesn't even look like they're paid because they're using it and
really
they're really good at it. Yeah. So if you're choosing that person that it sits in your brand and they are they're basically the client, they're who you want them to be, then 100% it works every time.
And then lastly, I know the one question that you'll mostly get asked all of the time, like how much it costs to bring out a product. And I know that's like how long is a piece of string, like you can't give that figure. Yeah. But it's also not the cheapest investment to make either.
No, it's not. And I think it really does depend on so many different things, because like that question comes up on every discovery call and I'm like, I have no idea how much your product's going to be at this point because we haven't formulated it. Obviously, raw ingredients depend on where we've sourced it from, where it's been made, the packaging, is it bespoke, is it not? Like there's so many factors that go into pricing a product. Obviously, the more units you buy, the cheaper the unit cost, because that's how it works in this game. But you can't give a roundabout figure really until you know what the product is going to be. But we do try and sort of be like, people know it's going to be expensive to do it. So everyone has some sort of budget. But yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one really. That it's a hard question to answer because there's so many factors that go into it. Like I've got clients that spend 100 grand on an order and I've got clients that spend 10, 15. It depends what the product is.
I get asked this question all of the time as well. So I just like want to pick up what my clients and stuff say and being like, right, I'm just going to get Chloe to answer all these for you. White labeling.
Yeah.
Do you do white labeling? Like, what's the difference between that? Because people go, well, what's the difference with formulating and also formulating your own product and white labeling? But so many people are offering white label option now.
Yeah, I mean, we can do white labeling, but most people wouldn't want it because white labeling technically means, most of my clients wouldn't want it because the majority of people that come to me want to bring something out that isn't on the market or they want to improve it in some way, which obviously with white labeling you can't do because it's a formulation that's already done and on the, like, I am actually going to start offering something. You've heard it here first because it's a secret.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, nobody tell anyone. Which is going to be an option where I have developed so many formulas that I've never used and I'm going to offer those as a white label. So this product, you can bring out 5,000 units of this product with your logo on. The only issue is with that obviously the packaging and everything becomes minimal, because when it's a white label product, you can't change much about it. It has to be in a standard pack with standard print.
Yeah.
And it kind of doesn't take the fun out of it, because obviously it's still a product, and if it's something that your clients are going to use, you're still going to be able to sell it, and you're going to be able to make a margin on it, because what you buy it for and what you sell it at is wild. Margins on cosmetic products are wild.
Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, I would say for my clients in particular, they always want to develop something that either isn't on the market, or they want to make something that is better, which you can't do with white labeling. So
yeah, very true. And obviously you said about the margins, which are always like really insane.
Yeah.
But also if people aren't selling like a high volume of product, their money is just sitting on the shelf.
Yeah.
Like, and we see that quite a lot where they're like, the product range just isn't working because it is like slow orders, they're trickling through, they're not getting hundreds a day, they're doing 1 or 2 packets a day. And it's like, because all the money is sitting on their shelf, so the volume of turnaround isn't enough.
Yeah.
Like, is there anything that you can do with like pushing the product out there more?
I mean, I actually used to do some marketing stuff, but I don't really do it anymore. I outsource it. Like, so I'll pass my clients on to other people that like build it on TikTok or whatever. But obviously every element of that business costs. So like, yes, there's things that you can do, because it's, again, going back to, is it in the hands of the right people? Are the right people promoting it? Are you managing to educate people on why they should buy this product? Are you sending PR packages out? Are you doing all these things? Because if you're ticking every single one of those boxes, the products will move. They have to.
Yeah.
But you have to have some budget in order to be able to sell the product, because you can't just sit on it and expect it to go from your shelf when you're not doing any of the other things to make it sell.
Yeah, so you need to get out there as much as possible, as visible as possible.
Yeah, and send it to all the right people. Like, yeah, you are going to have to gift some stuff. Yeah, you are going to have to promote, and you're going to have to make sure that it's getting into the hands of the right people. But of course, that is going to then sell the product. But yeah, you need a strategy for sure, because the strategy on the product is what sells it, for sure. Yeah.
One last question. I know I said that about 3 questions ago.
Love this.
But insurance, I know you've obviously got the legal team, like, that's all great. But do you because I constantly see this, people are white labeling products, they are bringing their product to market, and they haven't even got insurance.
I know, it's wild. It is wild, actually, because for me, the legal part of it is boring as hell. Because who cares? Like, the product's good, I've used it, I like it, I don't want to pay for all these legals on it. But that is what like sets you apart from other brands that aren't doing that. Because if you get an allergic reaction or something and you're not legally compliant, your business is completely, like, that's it.
Because if your branding is on that, white label or not, that's down to you, right?
Yeah, 100%. Every product should have legal compliance on it for sure, wherever it's being sold. And if it hasn't, you shouldn't be buying it.
Yeah. So if your branding, whether you've stuck a label on it or not, that is now down to you.
Yeah. And you have to make sure that that everything is, because what would happen if something was in that product that was wrongly listed on the Inky list, for example, and you're not saying it to the client uses it and has a horrendous allergic reaction, and you've got no insurance and you've done no compliance. Yeah, the business is over.
We're seeing this loads in industry at the moment, because people are just, sticking their label on a cuticle oil or a hand cream or a face cream, and it's like,
do you know what though? Like, what is the point for me for that? I just think no, like, the stress levels of that. Like, if anything that's going on someone's face needs to be sure that it's not going to give people an allergic reaction or it is compliant, because it can be down to like the percentage. Like, some ingredients are legal within a product, but there's only a certain percentage that can be legal within that industry. So you have to make sure that it fits within the industry standards, or else, that just no, don't do that.
And also every country is different as well.
Yeah.
Right? They all require different things.
America is a nightmare because there's so many things. A nightmare. The UAE, hard work, not gonna lie.
Yes,
but,
very.
But like making sure things are compliant here and stuff, because there's just so many different, like, every country is different. That's why I have a team that look after it, because that's all they do all day, every day. Register my products to make sure that they're fit and safe for people to put on their face.
Yeah, brilliant. You've given so much knowledge. Thank you
you
so much. Where can people reach out to you?
Instagram or my website or mainly Instagram, Chloe Mac Cosmetics.
Perfect. We'll put links in bio. So if anyone's thinking of developing a product, then you know who to
I am your girl.
hit up. Definitely. Thank you so much for giving up your time.
Thank you so much for having me.